The U.S. Department of State has approved the potential sale of 3 weapon systems to Taiwan. The deal is expected to have a total value of $1.8 billion and includes missiles, artillery, and sensors. This move comes amid rising tension over the democratic, self-ruled island that China claims as its own. Among the weapon systems is the 11 truck-based rocket launchers made by Lockheed Martin Corp. Called a High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, HIMARS, at an estimated cost of $436.1 million. The notifications also covered 135 AGM-84H Standoff Land Attack Missile Expanded Response SLAM-ER missiles and related equipment made by Boeing for an estimated $1.008 billion. 6 MS-110 Recce external sensor pods made by Collins Aerospace for jets at an estimated cost of $367.2 million is also part of the deal. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how the U.S. is empowering Taiwan to face Chinese forces with an approved sale of 3 deadly weapon systems. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by the free-to-play online military-themed strategy game Conflict of Nations, which is played by millions of players worldwide. We talk a lot about military power and tactical plans of different nations on this channel, but what about trying them out for yourself? Conflict of Nations is set in the late 20th and early 21st century, fielding present-day and highly modern battlefield technology. At the core of the game is an exciting real-time combat system, placing players in control of an existing nation of this world and its army, pitting them against other gamers in a struggle for world domination. Units are moved across the map in real time, often taking hours to fulfill their assigned mission goals, allowing for a very deep level of strategic planning and integrated tactical execution. The game includes over 100 beautifully modeled modern weapon systems, such as nuclear ballistic submarines, terrifying weapons of mass destruction with lasting consequences on population and economy, beautiful isometric world map depicting over 100 existing countries, and much more. To ensure economic efficiency and technological edge over one's opponents, each nation must be carefully managed and developed. Researching new units while building the required infrastructure is the key to winning the game. Forming lasting alliances or short-lived coalitions is an essential part of the modern military environment. Hence, Conflict of Nations allows players to form cooperative plans and teams in an all-out effort to conquer set objectives through the combined force of arms. Conflict of Nations can be played in PC or mobile. I've set up a special game of Conflict of Nations for the first viewers that click the link in the description. Click the link in my description, type Defense Updates in the search bar, and enter the password Defense Updates. The slots are limited, so don't lose time. So why wait? Register yourself using the link in the description below and get 13,000 gold reward along with 1 month Security Council membership. Taiwan and China have been at loggerheads. Their conflict can be traced back to 1949 and the end of the Civil War of China. The nationalists were defeated, whereas the communists won. The nationalists moved to Taiwan and set up their own government there. Communists set up the People's Republic of China. Both sides claimed they represented the whole of China. China considers Taiwan as part of its territory and is willing to bring it back into its fold, even if it requires force. In 1979, the United States normalized diplomatic relations with the Beijing government under the Communist Party of China. Since then, the relation between Taiwan and the United States became unofficial and informal and is governed by the Taiwan Relations Act. The Taiwan Relations Act is designed to maintain ambiguity and does not state if the USA will or will not intervene militarily if the PRC attacks or invades Taiwan. Under the Act, the U.S. is obligated to sell arms of a defensive character to Taiwan. Things have changed recently. Relations between the United States and Taiwan have moved to a more formal and official level with the passage of the Taiwan Travel Act by the U.S. Congress on March 16, 2018. Though the relation still remains sub-diplomatic, most analysts consider this as a major upgrade. It's important to note that in January of last year, Taiwanese voters have re-elected incumbent President Tsai Ing-wen in a landslide election. This is seen as a sharp rebuke to Beijing and its attempts to intimidate and lure Taiwan into China's fold. Tsai won with more than 8 million votes, the most any presidential candidate has garnered since Taiwan began holding direct elections for the position in 1996. She easily defeated her opponent Han Kuo-yu, whose Kuomintang party promotes closer ties with China. Since this, China has taken a very hostile stance and has been sending aircraft and ships to intimidate Taiwan. The 3 weapons systems will go a long way in deterring China. Let's check them one by one. The AGM-84HK SLAM-ER Standoff Land Attack Missile Expanded Response is an advanced standoff precision-guided, air-launched cruise missile produced by Boeing Defense, Space and Security for the United States Armed Forces and their allies. Developed from the AGM-84E SLAM Standoff Land Attack Missile, which is itself developed by Boeing Integrated Defense Systems from the McDonnell Douglas Harpoon anti-ship missile, the SLAM-ER is capable of attacking land and sea targets at a range of 270 kilometers, or 167 miles. The SLAM-ER relies on the Global Positioning System, GPS, and infrared imaging for its navigation and control, and it can strike both moving and stationary targets. The SLAM-ER can be remotely controlled while in flight, and it can be redirected to another target after launch if the original target has already been destroyed or is no longer considered to be dangerous. The SLAM-ER is a very accurate weapon and is one of the best circular error probable (CEP) of any missile used by the U.S. Navy. Viewers may note that the Taiwan Strait separates China from Taiwan, and China will have to move its forces across the strait in case it decides to invade. This is where SLAM-ER would be very useful, since it could be used to take out the Chinese warships as well as shore-based launch pads. The M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, HIMARS, is a light multiple rocket launcher developed in the late 1990s for the United States Army, mounted on a standard Army M1140 truck frame. HIMARS is intended to engage and defeat artillery, air defense concentrations, trucks and light armor and personnel carriers, as well as support troop and supply concentrations. The system launches its weapons and moves away from the area at high speed before enemy forces locate the launch site. The HIMARS carries 6 GMLRS rockets or 1 MGM-140 ATA-CMS missile. GMLRS, or Guided Multiple Launch Rocket System, has a range of 70 kilometers or 44 miles. It has a GPS, an inertial guidance package, and small canards on the rocket nose to enhance accuracy. ATA-CMS missile, or Army Tactical Missile System, is a surface-to-surface missile manufactured by the American company Lockheed Martin. It has a range of over 100 miles or 160 kilometers with a solid propellant. This could have a devastating effect on Chinese forces. The MS-110 is the next generation of the DB-110 Airborne Reconnaissance System. It provides advanced daytime and nighttime wide area and long-range reconnaissance capability. As per the manufacturer, Collins Aerospace, MS-110 offers 3 important product enhancements from the current generation DB-110. Multispectral imaging capabilities, the ability to image in multiple spectral bands, improved optics for increased image resolution and area coverage capability, and common ground coverage among all bands. It's compatible with carriage on jets such as F-16, F-15, FA-18, Typhoon, Rafale, manned ISR aircraft, and UAVs such as the MQ-9 Reaper. It's to be noted that Taiwan has F-16s, so the MS-110 could be used seamlessly. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.